yung mga mandatory label informations. First, ano ang kailangan sa product natin? So let's evaluate si Relief, no? Let's evaluate the complete library based sa mandatory labeling. First is the true nature of the food. So dito sabi niya, Relief green tea. Brewed from 100% real tea leaves and real honey. So the product name here is yung green tea. So it's like most sa gamot, it's compared sa generic name. Kasama it's, for example, coffee, brewed coffee. That's the product name. Or for example, yan, tomato soup. It's a brief description of your product. So what next is the brand name? Yan yung brand name. So here, upon checking, it's Relief. Yun yung brand name. Okay? So the brand name should take note, should be placed in conjunction with the product name and must not be misleading. Take note, must not be misleading and deceptive. Kasi there are some that, for example, coconut fiesta, parang you are putting, for example, parang tao ngayon. Kasi kaniwang ko, you are, like si Wang ko, di ba, there are coffee that umumari ako sa coffee. That's a no-no. Why? Apay papil ba niya? Bangkot? You are misleading the public. So dapat, ang picture doon is coffee. Even nandiyan sikat yung mga, what do you call that? Yung animal. You call that? Yes, di ba, you're putting it sa pictures of coffee. That's not proper of the eat. Because it's misleading. Okay. For example, so like for milk, cow's milk, pwede naman cow's milk, pwede naman goat. So you should always have to align the product name with the brand. Okay? Next is the complete list of ingredients. So here, makita if one common mistakes the small processors na is the declaration of ingredients. So ikhabi nyo na kayo, for example, turmeric, tapos sugar, for example, salt. Dapat you should specify if the sugar is washed, brown, refined, dyed. You should not be generous, specify it. For example, the oil, handang oil, vegetable oil, dehydrated vegetable castor oil. Okay? Now you know yung mga processors natin, you should declare it in descending. So from the main ingredient down to the lowest. So usually those are monosodium glutamate, food coloring. Even the food coloring that we put should be specific because we have numbers, FDSC, food drug coloring, food additive colorings. Check niya. Hanggang gabi nga, i-declare yung food colorant as aswete. It's not applicable, it's not acceptable. Okay, so specify it. So that's why CPR is the technical team. So nagpa-CPR kayo, you should have first a training sa Central Office. Ay, not Central Office, but sa Center for Food. Because it discussed the in detail again. Okay? Next is the net content and train weight. So for liquids, don't use fluid ounce. And fluid ounce are used only sa Western countries like US. Kung dito Philippines, we should use yung SI units. So it's ml, grams. They don't use fluid ounce. Ano pa yung sa solid foods? Pounds. Ayun, pounds. So please use grams. Okay? Also, for ang trade weight pala are used in tables. So basically, yung trade weight ang declare nyo na unit niya to. For example, its original weight is at 50 ml. Kung i-drain nyo, parang 32 na lang. So that's dapat, yun dapat ang i-declare. Not the 50. So if there is a draining procedure, yung drain weight ang i-declare. Okay? But new ba? Sounds new ba? Anyway, next time na sounds new. You know, important kasi this is important for your products to be confident sa market. Tatlo nung rumor, wala na tayong problema. Kasi there are sanctions of those na unregistered mga those according sa Republic Act 9711, those that has no LTO or CPRN authorizations na dinalabas sa market, once proven guilty, 50,000 agad-agad penalty. Or others, may mga administrative sanctions pa. So be careful, So next is the land identification code. So land is a food produced during a period of time and under more or less the same manufacturing conditions as indicated by a specific code. So dito yung alaman nila number na negative. Hindi ko bagsak ko. Ayun, I saw it. So it's SP1 S10, expiring March 25, 0955. What's the difference of lot and a code? Di ba you're always reading batch number, lot number? Baka malikito kayo. The lot number is the specific portion of the batch. So the batch is a more general per mother, ang anak is si lot. So for example, it was, nakailan ito din numbering na. So for example, this was manufactured on October 17, so 10/17. So that's your batch number. Your lot number at that time. So 4:30 p.m. So 4:30. So that's the difference of a lot and a batch. Gets? Okay pa naman? Sige, next. Storage condition. This is very important. Kasi the storage condition should be printed clearly because it should be indelibly in all product label or labeling. So if your product needs to be stored at sa room at room temperature, dapat kami dito store at room temperature. There are differences of temperatures. What is ambient against room? Ano ang what is the range of an ambient temperature kapag ambient? Ambient is usually 15 degrees Celsius to 25. Nung ibaga na store at room temperature, it can go at 830. Nung ibaga na store at cool temperatures, it's usually from 10 to 15. Nung ibaga na cold, 2 to 8. Store at freezing temperature below 0 degrees. Okay? So those are the temperature requirements. So kung ipaganda at freeze, had may kami ng JF. J-freezer yung mga example. Okay, your meat. Meat ba is sa ref or freezer? Good. Cheese. Ref or chiller. Okay. Seafoods. So those highly perishable, those high-risk products usually get some things. How about cheese? No, red. Yes, that's direction for use. Directions for use naman. But here's a storage kasi is the storage of your product. So for example, tutuin nga, dapat specific pa nga store not exceeding 30 degrees Celsius. Okay. Next is the expiry date. Itong expiry date, you should declare as much as possible pati yung date. Kasi ibang bagala nga that some of our consumers, this is a wrong concept na diba, 3 months after the expiry mo pa. Then what's the sense of you declaring this? Mabalik pa yung after 3 months. Kasi expiry date October 17 plus 3 months na siya. Kasi there are some that after 3 months you can use. Bago na expire for October 17, October 18 dapat i-start. There are some pala na complaints ng hindi pandemic. There are some complaints from tourists na tinatamper daw yung mga retailer di tampering yung expiry date. That's why we advise na dapat naka-impose yung packaging. Halangay na sticker na mabili na ikatanda lang sa kakaktibar na doon. Doon sa ada complaint, syempre, sino ang puntahan dyan? Si manufacturer. Ibig sabihin ni retailer, kinuha ko po. Okay? So be careful. So at least dapat it is embedded sa packaging niya. Okay? Next, food allergen information. O ito. This is interesting. Kasi we are not declaring usually itong mga for example, contains milk and eggs. Are you declaring that? So unlikely products yun. Like for example, this contains milk, pastillas, kasi that. You should declare. This contains seafood, kasi that. So ito yung mga food allergens that base sa codex. So cereals containing gluten, crustaceans, eggs, fish, peanuts, milk, tree nuts, sulfite. That ito yung kasi will cause anaphylactic reaction. What is an anaphylactic reaction? Ito yung kasi namin sa immediate response to bacteria. Don't take this seriously because anaphylactic is death. Kasi it can cause respiratory arrest. Kasi anaphylactic reaction meaning, mas namin natin suddenly the system will respond. Siyempre, makita namin kasi ng allergens. So there will be a response. So probably, magnanaro lahat. So probably, pwede kayo ma-arrest with respiratory. So your breathing will be arrested. So, you can cause death. So, ang dami, there are cases very usually abroad on this. Okay? Also for eggs, for those containing the seafoods, dapat i-declare nyo kasi especially itong mga children, they are prone to allergens. Yeah? So always declare, yan, you have to take picture of this kasi yan usually na nakikita. Sulfite, tree nut, peanuts. Okay. Next is the direction for use. Ito is, you should always take it, you should always place sa product if are you to refrigerate it. So after opening, do we need to refrigerate it or do we need to discard it if alcohol should. Also, pati yung mga how to cook. Kasi parang ito yung skinless ng ganisa kasi pagkakalam naman nakarapting plastic ko na daan makapagpaling magkadireksyon. You should pursue yung talas. So you should always be specific DJ how to cook, after yung lugar sa processors tayo. Okay. You know, there is sa drugs, yung suppository, there's an instance, tinake niya yung suppository oral. Even chewable tablets, they took it as an oral tablet. You just have to chew. It's more than chewable tablet. So you should always follow package instructions. So iba pa guys, kung nakamanipig to na, fail na lang, ipakikita na follow instructions. So kaya yan ang joke nila sa amin sa POH. So kaya Filipinos are not sometimes we are not just following instructions. Di ba ganang circular answer? Hindi mo in-circle in-next mo. Di ba? Capital letters only. Let's mo letter. Diba? Guilty tayo dyan. Isang ako rin mo na times. So you should always follow the directions. Okay? Okay pa ba? Papazubang, sir. Next is the nutrition facts. Ito naman is this ready. We have a new approved ready 2015. So there are recommended daily doses of nutrients. For example, like, ano ba mga basic na nutrients na kailangan? Calcium, potassium. So you should declare. Yung sinasabi ko na food warning, doon din nakikita kasi, you know, there are some health conscious na tao. You know, in QC, one of the best, parang they are pushing launching na all restaurants should have a calorie count ng mga food nila. So for example, I ordered a pasta. So dapat, upon order, makita ko doon kung ilang calorie count. Because that's technical yung calorie count. Ang high school sa po, that time, baga na 3,000 calories. At least, di ba yung mapag-ay siya kasi it will take me, so those are health conscious. For health conscious, yun ang pinupush nila. Isa nutritional information. Okay? So usually yung mga yan. Also, C2, yung mga yan are high sugar, yung mga beverages natin. Also, 3 in 1. Gusto mo ako siguro magbagay mas healthier but include coffee. Ito yung nagiging include na dito yung dolas tayo, those. That's even healthier. Actually, coffee is unhealthy when added with sugar. Also for chocolate, don't you know that chocolate if it's not, it's, the cacao content is not, I think, ang sabi sa akin, 70 or 80%. If it's lower than, it's a confectionery, it's not chocolate. Because chocolate should have a 70% cacao at the bottom. Alam mo yung Lucia Duet mo? Kasi those, if chocolate is made, chocolate cacao itself is healthy. It's just being unhealthy kasi they are adding. Okay? So, ikaw pagkaliban why is it bitter? Because chocolate is really bitter, cacao is bitter, it's not sweet. So, if it's sweet, that's a confection. Dapat isa ng mga consultants din mo sa akin. Okay, next. Yeah, so yan ang style ng traditional fats. I think for it, if they have naman, so let's see. So the calorie count is 76 per serving. So may 76 calories na daw dito upon when you consume this. That's why when you go to a dietitian, they are telling you dapat kung based sa BMI mo, how many kilocalories should you consume monthly. So for example, 1.5 baga na lang based on your BMI. So that exceed ka lang. As I think one cup of rice is 150 calories. I think so. And three slices of white bread is equivalent to 1 cup of rice. So when I diet, bread kayo ng bread, dapat na, hindi na. Okay? You should still limit your bread. Also, ito, this is tip for you mga nagdadayet. There are some kasi na they don't eat already rice. No, it's not no. Because wala na kayong energy. Because carbs is still needed by your body. So at moderation dapat lahat. Ang amin no rice, no carbs. Dapat talaga yun. But at moderation kami. Hindi na lumang yung lahat. Kung ibabaga naman, anak ang rice ang nag-cake na. Tingnan na. It's not point. It's just still the same. Ay, anak na mag-ibig. I know that nutrition is what I'm just sharing kasi sa food, sa FT, we have colleagues na dietitians. Okay? Also, exemptions. There are also exemptions nutrition labels like for medical purposes and bottled drinking water. So, no need, sa bottled drinking water, we don't need naman na may nutritional information because it's, what we are expecting sa bottled drinking water is, it's just water. So, madadating alkaline. Who is fan of doing those alkaline, mineralized water? Sino mga fan dyan? Sino na alam ang alala business natin? Actually, because water should be neutral. So, dapat hindi yan basic or acidic. So, having the mineral water, better pang ang distilled water kaysa mineral. Kasi, you know, the minerals, if once accumulated sa fat, they can cause stones. So, madahil na yung mga calcium stones, dyan sa kidneys. So, better you should take yung distilled water. Healthy tips yun. Okay. Next is prepackaged foods in multi-units retail packages, such as candies. So, the living candies, kung babasignal, ang mga ipilit ay surat ng nutritional facts ng candy na nagpasit. That's why we have the secondary packaging. Deducted. Yung sa isang pack niya. For example, 2 grams by 100x pieces. So, doon mo siya ilalagay. Not at the very small piece of candy. Okay, next is the food served or sold in restaurants. So, hindi naman kasi kailangan sa rest ng mga caterers, you don't need to have the nutritional information. But yun nga sa QC, they are pushing down for health conscious people. Gusto, kaya diba dito may kasi si board member. foods that contain significant amounts of all nutrients to be listed in nutrition labeling. So, coffee, spices, ito kasi even wines, you don't need a nutritional information. Because you just put nutritional information to let the public know na your product has a nutritional value. Kapag yung alcohol, alam mo nutritional value yan. Sino di alcohol? No, you know, alcohol can, but in moderation, you know, everything, ano sabi ni Tario na place, Ashma, everything is safe, but in moderation. So everything should be in moderation. Okay? Next is bulk materials for further manufacturing and packaging. Food sold from bulk materials covered by our 89 Ito mga fortification act, kasi this is fortification law. No need naman natin declare mo na has enriched for vitamin D. Kasi it's already, pag for my mandatory fortification, no need na to declare na vitamin D. Yung ano to, the content. Kasi ano na yung vitamin D enriched. Diba ito ka kasi especially for oil, flour, yan ang mga dapat vitamin D enriched. For salt, ano dapat? What was the salt ba? Fortified wheat. What's the importance of iodine, Magabi? Actually, it's also for brain formation. Sa formation ng brain ng bata. That's why when sa mga pregnant, we daily push yung sa ionization. Kasi it will help the formation of the mental. Cognitive also for vitamin A, for oil, I think even for some products. I forgot before, but I know it's vitamin, cooking oil and next, food for infants. So has their own liquid guidance. So itong mga nutritionals like raw meal, S21, that was already covered by several items. And lastly, alcoholic beverage. So no need for nutritional information. Okay, bagay yung mga Ginebra is fortified with zinc. Fortified. To help their immune system. Ewanan na. Okay. Next, what are the general rules and regulations? Okay, the claims on the label regarding the use of health should follow the guidance of the use of nutritional and health claims. This is very common. Like ito yung manufacturing food supplements, food drinks, na anti-cancer, anti-cancer, anti-Parkinsonism, anti-aminan. That's a no-no. Bawal yan unless you have to prove it otherwise. How to prove it? Certificate of analysis from an accredited laboratory, a competent laboratory. So ipatest you what makes it anti-cancer. Because if pag sinasabi na kasi na the food will treat, diagnose, treat, cure, that's already a drug. Hindi na yan. Okay. What's the difference of drug and food pa? Food is yes, an article that for nutritional parang supplement. But a drug is a cure. Cure. So ano products, yung iba baka that will cure cancer, it will cure acne, it will cure alaamin naman siguro. Prove it otherwise. So CPR ay even an antioxidant alone. Example, it is what the mangosteen. Bagay yung antioxidant, prove it. How is it antioxidant? Is the milligram na adagay sufficient to be an antioxidant? Yun ang proof. So there should be a proof. Nagkakatigas na data, nakikita yung madali. Diba? Even advertisements. Diba yung this also, alam na sasabihin ko kami na aking business. Even itong mga, tawag dito, drops, mineral drops. Actually kasi those, hindi pa naman sinasabi it's totally false. But how can a salt, how can cabbage be a mere anti-cancer? There is no proof na how will it combat yung mga carcinogenic effects. So that's the part of every act. This is is not subjective, it's objective. This is based kasi sa GC 2017. Also, who are using glutathione here as grapes? As antioxidant kumo, whitening. Di ba ang dami dito? Actually kasi, sorry, ang dami businesses na natatamaan. No, because glutathione is my advisory kasi si FDA that glutathione is used for cancer patients only. It's a cytotoxic chemotherapy agent. So it's a powerful antioxidant. What people are after is the side effect of glutathione, which is whitening. Okay, so that's why they are using it. Kaya nga sometimes, are you having an analogy na it's your after the side effect but you don't know its effects sa liver? How about if you have a fatty liver disease? Something like that. Nung kaya nagayang sa gallbladder, problem sa gallbladder, or sa digestive tract natin, pwede ma-worsen. Also for anaphylactic reactions, there are some, especially for some mga hindi at papatulog ng not in the license from a doctor, medical practitioner. So mabalunod ang mukha kasi it's not sterile, the needles are sterile. You are already a possible high risk transmission of what? HIV, hepatitis. Kaya ngayon mga ito yung mga sex salons pa, how sure are you that their products are single use only? Mga needles. Diba? So you should always go for a license. Dapat pa nga, it should be supervised by a medical doctor only. No more, no less. Okay? So yun ang pansabi nila. Also sa Ozempic, sino ang may alam sa Ozempic as weight loss? Actually, it's for type 2 diabetic patients. Yung semaglutide, I think. Yung isa. When in fact, Ozempic is used ngayon kasi it's powerful as weight loss. Like for mga celebrities sa Hollywood, they're using that as weight loss. Kaya there are some diabetic patients na they are already, nakukulangan na sila sa supply. Because some are using that basically for weight loss. Para makapag-tap natin. Yes, it's effective, pero yun na, that is what it is. Okay, so yun na, those are claims, misrepresentation. Okay, so what are health claims? These are any representative states suggest or implies that a relationship exists between a food or a constituent of that food health. Okay, so a health claim, as I said, should be substantiated. So you should always have a proof. Ano sabi, what is not rated does not exist. So yung ipagpagawa, it is an antioxidant, blah, 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 blah. You cannot tell that, especially sa court. Everything should be evidence. Please. Evidence-based approach. Okay? So clear lahat na? So the health claim, so you just have to leave in your labels into what is just there. So example, it's just orange, so you should have it enriched with even enriched, kasi yung enriched should also have a substantial certificate of analysis. Enriched with vitamin C, how many milligrams? The vitamins, baka may 1 milligram na tayo. Okay, so you should always have a proof. But later on, when you market it sa product, also, that the food, because of the presence or absence of dietary is adequate or effective in the prevention cure, that's already wrong. If your food labels claim na it will prevent, it will cure, it will mitigate, it will treat X red. Also, that synthetic vitamin in the food is superior to natural vitamins. So, also yung mga pinag-claim na it has 1,000 times more potent vitamin C than any other product. For marketing purposes. But unless you have proven it otherwise, then well, so be it. Okay? Okay? So process kayo namin. Go! Mag-process kayo kasi also for some, there are some pa. Even dried vegetables, masaya na dyan like on farmers, mga nalilisi. How can we utilize them? Okay. Okay, so yan, siguro yan. And don't you know that there is a law that governs things? RA 97 and RA 37. So if such misbranded food products and there is responsible persons shall be subject to actions and penalties available to the FDA as provided under Republic of Number 3720 as amended by Executive Order Number 1755 and further amended by RA 9751 and implementing rules and regulations. So there is a law that governs mislabeling, misbranding. Also, pala yung mga snake wines ba yun? That there are snakes, those are adulterated. Ang standard ng wine, bakit sabi ba doon, should have at least one snake. What is the standard of wine? Kapag yung snake, it should be pure. Diba? There are some here dito sa market, snake wines. Those already adulterated. So pwede kasi pa din dito, okay? Yes. Diba? Meron pa ba yun, sir? Dito sa strawberry. Yung mga wine with snake. I think it's Ayurvedic medicine as Chinese. Pero kasi based sa RA 97 those are considered adulterated herbs. Okay? Now you know yung mga products ang mga makikita mga anti-cancer. Prove it to me. Okay? So I think that's all. So any questions? Okay ba? Learning sa pa. Okay po. Violent reactions. If you have violent reactions, sige po.